Good morning, friends. In previous lecture, we discussed about mechanical components which are used in the design and development of mechatronic based system. As we learn about the different mechanical components like damper, spring, mass, gears, different types of gears, which plays important role in designing mechatronic based system. As in mechatronics, we are using the it is a we are using the interdisciplinary approach like the mechanical, electrical, electronic engineering, control engineering, computer based algorithms. Okay, hence the we have to learn the different components which are useful in designing of mechatronics. Now in today's lecture we will discuss about the servo mechanism, which is very important part of control engineering, where we are using different types of servo motors for implementation of uh, feedback based control engineering. Now, what is mean by servo mechanism? Servo mechanism or servo, it is an automatic device that uses the error sensing feedback to correct the performance of mechanism. Means to improve the performance of mechatronic based system design, we have to use the error sensing feedback so that we can correct the performance of that system. Hence, the servo mechanism, it is a automatic device which automatically takes the input from environment as applied input and the another input from the feedback element, error sensing feedback element, and both are compared and it will generate the error, and then that error is given to the control unit, so that control unit take proper corrective action to increase or decrease the speed or displacement of the actuators, so that proper corrective after corrective action, again feedback is taken with the help of sensing element, and it is again provided to the comparator circuit, and comparator again compares that applied input and the error input from the feedback sensing element. Hence, whenever that error becomes zero, then the action taken by the control input stops and it will uh, generates the required output. Hence, in this whole process, that servo mechanism plays very important role because servo mechanism, by using that servo mechanism, we can improve the performance of that system. Hence, this servo mechanism term correctly applies only to the system where feedback or error correcting signals help to control the mechanical position or other parameter. Means here, the feedback, we can say a servo mechanism is present only when there is a feedback signal is present or error correcting signals are present, which will help to control the mechanical positions. Let's take example, automotive power window control. It is not a servo mechanism. Means in automotive power window control, we are only pressing the after pressing the button, it will close your window automatically. But as there is a no automatic feedback which control positions, means there is a no feedback provided whether a window is halfly closed or whether there are some errors. Means it will not provide some feedback whether the window is closed or not. Hence, we cannot say such system is a servo mechanism. Okay, here the operator does this by observation, but car's cruise control. But in car cruise control, it uses the closed loop feedback, which classifies it as a servo mechanism. But same means in car window control is not a servo mechanism because we cannot by only observation we are going to close that window, but automatically that window is not closed by the car. But in some cars, some costly car, you can see some premium cars where cruise control systems are present and where they uses the closed loop feedback to automatically close that window. Hence, same function, but same means car. Some car uses the automatic window closing, but some car does not uses the automatic window closing. Hence, where the car in which cruise control mechanism is available, that are known as a servo mechanism. These servos operate on the principle of negative feedback, where control input is compared to the actual position of mechanical system as measured by some sort of transducer. Means in servo, the main important part is comparison, and that comparison is with respect to means control input with respect to the actual position of the mechanical system, and based on that, if there is any difference between the actual and wanted values, means actual input and the input actual position of the mechanical system, then if there is any difference, then it will generate the error, and that error signal is then amplified, and that is used to drive the system in the direction which is necessary to reduce the eliminate error. Means it will that error signal is provided to the control input, and control input take proper corrective action so that it will eliminate that error. Hence, an entire science is this entire science is known as a control theory, and it has been deployed on this type of system. This servo mechanism is totally related with your control theory. Hence, servo mechanism were first used in the military fire control and marine navigation equipment. This first use of the servo mechanism, they are in the military, means defense equipment like military fire controls, then some navigation equipments. Today, servo mechanism we are using the automatic machine tools. Most of the tools, automatic machine tools, they will automatically detect the operation what we have to perform. Then satellite tracking antennas, then remote control airplanes, automatic navigation systems on the boats and planes, and some anti-aircraft gun control system. These are the most um, use the servo mechanisms. What are the applications again? Let's again talk some. We will talk in details of the servo mechanism applications. Other examples, as we discuss about that, most of the defense equipment uses the servo mechanism. But where again another examples are fly-by-wire system, where in aircraft they uses the servos to actuate the aircraft control surfaces and radio control models, where we are using the RC servos. Now many now in social life we are using the autofocus cameras, where we are using the servo mechanism to which will automatically accurately move the lanes and thus adjust the focus. Means depending on the what type of picture we are going to capture, they will automatically adjust the position of the lens and focus on the lens. Then modern hard disk, they have the magnetic servo system with some micrometer positioning accuracy. Means, in hard disk, it will automatically adjust the hard disk position to read the data or write the data. Then typical servos give some rotary output, angular output, where linear types are servo mechanism are also common. Here we are using the screw threaded or linear motor to give the linear motions. Another device commonly referred to as servo is used in automobile. In automobile, we are using this to amplify the steering or braking force applied by the driver. However, these devices are not true servos, but rather mechanical amplifiers. In industrial machines, servos are used to perform the complex motions. Industrial machines, we are using the servos to perform the most of the complex task, to performing some motions like angular motions, some linear rotary motions. We are using the servo mechanisms plays very important. In many applications, servo mechanism allows the high power devices to be controlled by the signals from devices of much low power. Means most so in some applications, servo mechanism they will allow the high power devices that are controlled from the some low power devices. Now, what are the basic block diagram or what are the components of servo mechanism? Let's see. All servo mechanism has at least three basic components. Sorry, at least these five basic components. First, we can say a control device. What is the type of control device? What is the command device? Then error detectors, comparator circuit, and a device to perform some necessary action, which can we can say actuator or you can say a servo motor also. Okay. First is as we are going to apply the input to this comparator circuit. Second input is from the feedback element, and feedback element senses the input from the actuator, or you can say a motor here. Then, as comparator generates the error signal depending on the control input and the input from feedback element, error is generated and that error is given to the error detector. Okay, means error detector senses your what is the error. Then error signal is given to the command device. Depending on that, it will input is provided to the command device, and command device takes some proper corrective action whether to increase or decrease the speed of motor, in this case servo motor. Okay, means and then this speed of rotation of that motor, what is the rpm of that motor, it will be sensed by the sensor, and it is given by feedback element, and it is provided to the again comparator continuously generate the error signal till that error becomes zero. When the error becomes zero, the command device stops the action, and it will maintain that whatever the speed of that motor means, it will stop the means corrective action is completed and the speed of the motor is achieved. Okay, let's see one example: computer control motion control system, which is the best example of servo mechanism. A servo mechanism system, it is a closed loop control system which is used to determine position, velocity, and or acceleration of mechanical loads. Here in this you can see first is the control unit here, which consists of host computer. Here motion control unit and position control unit are provided, which are located in the host computer. Then second is a servo drive to drive that motor. Then so from servo drive inputs are given to the servo motor. Then that as motor rotates, that shaft rotates, and then gears are used to rotate. Means from conversion of we are going to transmit the power from that shaft to the mechanical load. Means as that shafts are rotating, and then our mechanical load displaces from one position to another position. Hence all these things we are going to control, means here motion is going to be controlled. We are going to control the motions through this. So here computer control motion control system consists of following elements. Now here what we are using, we are using the servo amplifiers. We are using the motor may be the DC or AC, or you can say stepper motor or hydraulic or pneumatic device. We are using a mechanical transmission system. As we talk about the power, we are going to transmit the power, as we require gears. We can use the ball screw or lead screw type elements also. Here loads such as, what are the loads? Load may be the robot arm also with grasping loads, or sometimes CNC platform, or machining force, or machine tools are also loads. Here we have two sensors such as encoder, resolver, load cell, tachometer to measure the speed of that motor. The current sensors we will take. Here host controller, that is a control unit. It is a computer based control system to generate the motion commands. Means these are the components we are going to use in designing of computer control motion control systems. Means here components are from the mechanical fields, components are from the electrical fields and electronics fields. And from computer based system means in computer or information based components are also playing important role. There are four basic characteristics of this servo system. Is whenever we are going to using the servo, what are the characteristics? The characteristics are: first, servo, it is always actuated by an error. This is most important because it is a proper. It takes some corrective action, and corrective action is taken only when there is a error is present. In servo is actuated by error, and this error is a difference between the desired output and the actual output. Whenever the difference between the desired output and actual output, then it generates the error, and that error is detected by error detector, and it will give some proper corrective. It will give the command signal to the control unit to take some proper corrective action. A servo must contain the power amplifier. In servo, there must be the power amplifier because a servo output power is larger than that available from the input information. As we are going to sense the input from sensors and transducer, the inputs are very small electrical signals. Hence, to amplify that input, we require some power amplifiers. Hence, potentiometer, for instance, potentiometer control knob takes only a finger touch for control, but an antenna weighing many tons may be controlled by potentiometer as a part of servo. This is one of the examples. Here, the power which is applied to the load is always proportional to combination of these error signals. Means whatever the power applied to the load, it is increase or decrease in proportion with the error signal and its derivative and integer. Means we are going to perform some integration and derivatives, and depending on that we are going to increase the we are increasing or decreasing power to the load. Here practical servos are so much stable. This is one of the characteristics of servo. Now, in this servo mechanism, servo motor plays very important role to transmit the power. Hence, we have to understand the working principle of servo motor. Here in figure, you can say a DC motor we are going to use. As DC motor shaft is going to be used, rotated, then gears, it will connected to the gear chain, and the gears are rotated, and again that gears shafts out means output shaft is going to be rotated, and then this power is used to uh, again to it is connected to the potentiometer. Finally, the output shaft is connected to the potentiometer. Let's see the working principle, how this servo motor actually works. A servo motor, it is a basically a DC motor. Okay, sometimes we can use a AC motor also. It is a basically a DC motor along with some special types of components like uh, gears and potentiometer assembly, which makes the servo. In servo unit, you will find a small DC motor, potentiometer, gear arrangement, and intelligent circuitry. The intelligent circuitry, along with the potentiometer, makes the servo to rotate according to our wishes. That is more important. Means in a potentiometer, along with some intelligent circuitry, they are used to rotate uh, as per the uh, expectation or as per the required output. As we know that small DC motor will rotate with the high speed. Let's see the operation. DC motor is rotates with the very high speed, but the torque that is generated by its rotation will not be enough to move even a light load. Hence, means the we cannot use the DC motor power to rotate the large mechanical load. Hence, what we have to do, we have to use the gear. Hence, there is a gear system inside a servo mechanism which comes into the picture. Gear mechanism will take the high input speed of the motor and at the output. Hence, we will get an output speed which is slower than the original input speed but more practical and widely accessible. Means the gear system takes the input from that DC motor, and it will take some this high input speed of the motor, and the output we will get an output speed which is slow. Means it convert the high speed rotation into the small speed rotation, which is accepted by the potentiometer. So at the consider that initial position of the servo motor shaft, the position of the potentiometer knob is such that there is no electrical signal generated at the output port of the potentiometer. Means we have to consider that the servo motor shaft is at the initial it is at the initial position where due to this potentiometer knob do not generate any electrical signal and at the output of potentiometer. Hence, this output port of the potentiometer is now connected with one of the input terminal of the error detector amplifier. Hence, the output port of that potentiometer is connected with that comparator circuit, you can say, or you can say error detector circuit, where it will error detector amplifier. It will first of all error is detected and it is amplified by the error detector signal. Now this electrical signal is given to the another input terminal of the electric motor. Whenever there is a difference between these two signal, means one of the input signal that is control input, and second is input from the output from the potentiometer, which act as another input signal. Whenever there is a difference between these two signal, one from the potentiometer and another from the external source, they will be amplified in the error detector amplifier, and they are going to feed to the DC motor. Hence, amplified error signal act as an input power of the DC motor, and motor start rotating in the desired directions. As motor shaft progresses, the potentiometer knob also rotates, and it is coupled with the motor shaft with the help of gear arrangement. As position of the potentiometer knob changes, there will be electrical signal produced at the potentiometer port. And as the angular position of the potentiometer knob progresses, the output or feedback signal also increases. And after desired angular position of motor shaft, the potentiometer knob reaches at such position that electrical signal is generated in the potentiometer becomes same as the electrical signal given by the amplifier. And at this condition, there will be no output signal from the amplifier to the motor input, as there is no difference between the electrical external applied signal and the signal generated at the potential. Means in this case, your error becomes zero. As input signal to the motor is nil at this position, motor stop rotating, and this is how the simple conceptual servo motor works. This is the simple working, or you can say operation of the servo motor. In this case, most important part is the error. Whenever the error is present, the error amplifier amplifies that error, and it will generates the control signal to increase or decrease the speed of that DC motor. But with respect to the actual speed, actual signal which are coming from the potentiometer, and then we are gear element are used to transmit the power. Okay, and hence servo motor plays very important role for developing the mechatronic based application, like in most of the robotic application, in defense application, aircraft, in marine navigation systems, then gun control mechanisms. Here we are using the servo motors. This is about the most important part of the mechatronic based system, where servo mechanism, without servo mechanism or without error sensing feedback element, we cannot implement the automatic control in the mechatronic based system. Thank you.